Hi everyone, good afternoon. You are so much welcome to our tourism lesson. That is the revision again today. My name is O.L. Ramba Obuhle. The lesson is brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with Saibono Center and broadcast by Pagama Research and Development. Today's lesson, guys, is very much easy. We are just going to look at our own revision that we've done where we left with me. Then thereafter, we've got the global events, we've got the customer care, and we have the time zones. So be ready for today. Our global event, we did it last time. Global event of international significance. We all know that when you're talking about the global events, we're talking about the events that are happening all over the world. It can be the events of sports. It can be the events of any summits, conferences that are happening. There are some unforeseen occurrences that are there, and there are things that are happening globally. Without wasting any time, let's just go straight to the global event. Here we've got one of that is the Olympics, the Wimbledon Championships. I'll just name but few. We've got the Comrade Marathon. Then we've got soccer again. We know everyone that last time we did soccer, where our own FIFA World Cup was hosted by Russia, and France came up to be victorious. Thank you. Just a moment. Let's take a little break. Okay, it's fine. Other global events. We've got the climate change, that is for all the United Nations. In the climate change, we find that each and every participating country, they contribute on what are the things that needs to be done. We've got countries that are there. Last time I gave you this exercise, and I don't know if others are still remembering it. And can you please just do it? It's just a baseline on what we did. Which country are hosting or hosted 2018 FIFA World Cup? People got all the answers. And it was wonderful when I look at the questioning board. Then you can also today participate. I'll give you the number, not long. I think it will appear on the screen there, the number. They'll give you like right now. Then the answers were like this. Russia participated and hosted the 2018 World Cup, and there were 32 countries that were participating. Then there are positive and negative impacts of the global event. We talked about that thing again. Then we looked at the economy. How is the economy affected by this positiveness and the negativeness of the global event? We saw that when people are coming to our country, they are bringing us their own currency, and of which we can sell to them our own. Then that's where we get some money. We looked again at the multiplier effect, whereby our own parents are getting to get some jobs, people are getting paid, people are working, everybody is just up and down. We are happy that we are hosting the global event. Then we've got the negative and positive effects. There are good and the bad ones. They're not the same. Then we looked at the positive effects again. We look at the negative effects, things that are happening, how our culture is affected, the conflicts, different types of people that are meeting together during the global events. How are people behaving? What is it that is really bugging us if you are a hosting country? We've got the economic impact of hosting a global event. We also dealt about it, the positiveness of it. We looked at our foreign revenue, how was it going to be, or as we had some other time, our 2010 FIFA World Cup, how was our revenue, what were things done and what was happening, what was all those things negative, or how were they positive to us. So we were so much happy, it was good. We also looked at negative impacts, how a host can be affected negatively on an event. We looked at the social impact of hosting an event, the positive part of it, that the skills were developed, jobs were created on our 2010 FIFA World Cup. It was beautiful. The negative impacts, people came to disrespect us of any other things that we could do. I'm just browsing up because we've already done it, and in our classrooms level also we did it. Then our environment was looking like that. It was very much not good for us to look at it, but happy because people were hired to clean up the environment and they got paid and it was beautiful. So even if it's negative, but you will get the positiveness of it. Our beaches were that filthy. The impact on the environment, as we've already alluded it, the more the tourists we are having, the more negativity we'll get. Then this is the activity. This one, I just want you to do it just a little bit, guys, so that people can get on gear. I can see there, I just want to get you some numbers. If you don't see it in a screen, I'm also going to give it to you. This activity says list possible aspect of a global event that will have a positive impact on the country's economy. Those aspects are there. You know them, you did them. When is a tourist regarded as a domestic tourist? Why are we calling that particular person a domestic tourist? Because of what? List some facilities that will be needed to host a global event. What facilities are we looking for? Name the infrastructure needed to host an event. When you're coming to infrastructure, you must also remember that we've got some facilities. As buildings, we've got infrastructure as the roads. Just giving you that clue, but please just do it. Think of two negative impacts on Durban and Pietermaritzburg when the Comrade Marathon takes place. Indicate how the Comrade Marathon will affect domestic tourism and global tourism. So you'll be doing this, or you can even do it like right now, but I just want to go down again so that you can look at some other aspects because it's just a revision. Then we'll be going to our break, but before we go to our break, let's go back for those who just came. We are here, guys. We are here for those who just came. We are looking at the very same global event of significance important. We are looking at it to say we've got the positive and negative effects of global events in international tourism. That's one. Two, we're looking again at the economic. That is, how are we benefiting when we are hosting our own global event? We know it, we did it. We know how we did it. 2010, when we were hosting a FIFA World Cup. Social, how were the people behaving, negatively, positively? The environment, was it impacted negatively or positively? We'll be looking again at the negative and positive effects. All these things, we did them, we were busy with them. Then positive effects. How do we get the money? What is the money used for? How are we spending it as it goes? Negative effects. Economic impact of hosting global event. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. Our cap time is gone. Then now let's be here. Foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange? It is the trading of one currency for another. For example, one swap the US dollar for the euro. We've got our local currency, the rand. The foreign currency, this is the euro. We've got the practice of converting one currency into another, that is foreign exchange. The value of one country's currency in terms of or in relation to another currency. Banks and other services providers convert the rand into foreign currency using the rate known as the exchange rate. Then we've got the fluctuation where the rand is fluctuating, is not staying at the same rate. There are some reasons to that. Then we've got where we can do the exchange of the currencies. The currency can be exchanged at foreign exchange kiosks and airports. It can be exchanged at banks, bureaus exchange, authorized travel agency, authorized foreign exchange dealers as American Express. This is our revision, remember? We did this. Then we talked about the multiplier effect. The multiplier effect is when money spent by tourists filters back down through the economy, benefiting employees and other businesses. We've got the BBR and the BSR. We know very well that when we're talking about the bank buying rate, when are we using it? And then when is the bank selling rate again? The bank buying rate is when now you're taking your own currency back, then you are buying it. But when you are getting the new one, they are selling it to you, then it's going to be the BSR. The BBR and the BSR rule is that always the bank selling rate is higher than the bank buying rate. The converting rule, to convert one currency into another is simply a matter of multiplying and dividing. I know you did that. Customer care and communication. This is another topic for today that we are going to deal about. So you must listen carefully. For now, let's take a break to get to some numbers. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Just a reminder that these lessons are brought to you by Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with Saibono Discovery Center and broadcast by Pagama Research and Development. Our WhatsApp number for today is 060-667-5044. I repeat the number 060-667-5044. Then customer care and communication. I know this is the other topic that we're going to deal with, but at the end of the year or the next time, maintain your customer service edge. Why is it important for you to do that? Customer care and communication. Treat your customers with love. Why is it important for us to treat our customers with love? We know very well that the customers, they are the ones that are boosting our own businesses. If it wasn't for the customers to come into our businesses, our institutions, wherever we are, then it means that our businesses will not stand. When the customer needs to be treated right, it means that we are also going to benefit from them. When you do that, don't treat me like a number and respond to me in a genuine way. I'll be delighted. Our customers are happy to be treated good. Our customers need us. We in tourism sector, we're talking about the tourists. We're talking about the people that are bringing the money in our country. We're talking about the people who are financing our own world, especially our own country. A happy customer will always make sure that they tell others to come back. They make sure that they also spread the word of mouth. 2, don't come on too strong. When you want to talk to the customer, just be polite, respect them. You must share with them what you have and make them so much comfortable. The customers need not to be taken for granted. The tourists too, they need us to be polite to them. We must try to listen to whatever that they are telling us and make sure that we come up with good reasons for something that never went correctly. You must not keep on talking to the customer the way you like. Listen to them, then thereafter you will respond. The reason the customer attraction is don't want to be disappointed. It is because they want you to help them. When the tourists are here in South Africa, they are dependent on us. It can be on food, it can be on beverages, accommodation, attractions, everything, you name them. Remember, those people, they've paid fortune to come into our world, and they wanted us to treat them so good. Now I'm referring, as we had the global event last time, they wanted food from us, accommodation, everything. And then we made sure that there was no crime at all. People got some skills, they were developed on how to make them feel good, how to make the tourists to feel good, and how can they be taken to other places without fear. We were treating the tourists very much good. We still have to treat them. We still have to treat them. There are some many reasons that you must treat them financially, socially, even culturally. It is in our culture to have Ubuntu. Then we come to the feedbacks. If we give our customers some questionnaires, give them some feedback slips so that they can tell us what is it that was good with us and what is it that was not good with us, it is also good, because that makes that the business should run properly. We are also building the trust. When we're taking care of our customers, they will come back again. They will tell us to join them to come to be visitors in South Africa. When you've made a mistake, you must just be open with your mistake. Make sure that they understand. If a need be, you apologize. When you've promised them something that you're going to call them or you're going to fix anything, do that. Do not procrastinate. Make sure that everything is done properly. Giving the customers feedback is also good so that they will trust you again next time. The thing of blaming each other is not good, especially to customers. If you feel that maybe you are at reception, they come to you, they are asking something, and you knew very well that the manager did not do it, you must cover up, keep them calm, tell them that we are taking care of the situation in a very good manner, and proceed so that they can get help. You must always thank the tourists whenever they visited you or whatever, for whatever good things that they did in that time. Now we are coming to a new one. Our new topic today is the introduction of the world time zone. Let's take a little break, then we'll be back and take it over. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. I hope everyone here is listening carefully. This is the World Time Zone, Map Work and Tour Planning World Time Zone. Let's look at our key concept for World Time Zones. We've got the time zones, we've got the Greenwich, we've got the Universal Time Coordinate, we've got the hemispheres, equator and seasons, standard time, local time, international dateline, the 24-hour clock, the lines of latitudes, and the lines of longitude. This is the time whereby we are doing our time zones, like right now. And when we reopen again, we're going to do it, which means we are still going to dwell in this topic for a little bit longer. Let's look at the time zones. What's happening with them? Sir Stanford Fleming developed the time zone system as we know it today. Time zones divide the world by 24 lines of longitude zones that are going at 100 degrees Celsius. Every line represents an hour. Each time zone, the example is when it's 8 o'clock in one place, it means that it is at 15 degrees Celsius. Time zones at 30 degrees will be at 9. Each grid line is the coordinate of the longitude line. I'm going to show you that in the sketches that are going to follow. Some countries like USA, Russia, and Australia are split in different time zones. Countries like South Africa have one time zone. You've got +2 line. Let's look here. As you see this time zone here, here is our South Africa here. In this time zone, that is +2. But if we look here, +8, you'll find that it goes to many time zones. I'll show you on the next slide. World time zone, we've got the Greenwich line. This Greenwich line is at 0 degrees longitude line that runs through the Greenwich town in England. This divides the Earth into the eastern and the western hemisphere. It is also called South Hemisphere. This is the sketch that I've made for you. This is the equator dividing this north and the south. And this is the prime meridian line dividing the east and the west. The equator, as said, we've got some seasons that are there: winter, summer, autumn, and spring. When it is winter here, it means here it's summer. When it is summer here, it means here it's winter. Let's look at other sketches. According to this is the sun. Remember, the earth is rotating. As it rotates, we find that this side, it's a bit cold. This side of the sun, it's warm. As it goes, then everything here gets the sun that side. And then in January, there it goes. March, there it goes. Thank you. Let's move. We've got the standard time. Each country follows a standard time that is universally accepted. South Africa has decided to take 30 east line of longitude. This means we are 2 hours ahead of the universal time coordinate and is on the +2 zone. I hope you understand that on your map and you did it. Then let's look at our own South Africa again. It's +2. We are here. Remember here, it's 15, 30. Then this is the Greenwich. We are just 2 hours ahead. We've got the 24-hour clock. How does it work? To avoid mixing up morning and afternoon, this 24-hour clock will just go to say when, rather than to say 2 p.m., it is replaced with 14 hours. I think we did that. Then let's talk about 6 p.m. There's nothing like that. Then it means that we are going to say it's 18 hours. I hope you understand that. When we calculate time zones, we only use 24-hour clock. There is no way we'll use the other way around. We don't have the PMs, we don't have the AMs any longer. This is the world time zone that we are having. Let's look here. This is our 24-hour clock. That is 0, 0. It is like that. Then we come here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up until it comes to 23, 5, 9. Then we come here. I hope you understand. How does our 24-hour clock goes? Then introduction to the world time zone map. I'm going to show it to you again. This is the map that we are using to calculate our time zone. The very same 24-hour clock we are using here. It's just that this one, I don't have it here, but I hope at school you get it. Then this is our map, the way you see it. We study our maps, we look at all those time zones that are there. You study them, you understand them, you know them. Then we come at our own here in South Africa, that is +2. Then we've got America here, we've got Canada there, we've got New Zealand there. You must know all these time zones. Then remember, Time zones map are not like geographical maps, they only show the time. For example, China runs over a lot of longitude lines, but they only take their time zone from UCT plus 8. There it is, plus 8, China is going all over here. As we see this time zone plus 8 here, running China, they are using the plus 8 as their time zone. World time zone. Let's watch more on time zones when we come back in 2 minutes. Okay, welcome back, guys. Let's go back to our slides on time zones. Before we start calculating, that we'll be doing next week. I think the very same time, very same place, we'll be calculating our world time zone. World time zones. I said to you the key concept. We're talking about the time zones, the Greenwich Meridian Line, universal time coordinate, the hemispheres, the equator and the seasons, the standard time, the local time, the international date line, the 24-hour clock, the lines of latitudes, the lines of longitudes. This concept is very much important when it comes to our calculations on time zones. Then, who did them for us? Is Sir Stanford Fleming, who developed them time zones for us, as we are having them today. I'm interested here in the Greenwich Meridian Line that is separating the east and the west. I'm also looking at us here in South Africa that we are at +2. If we're looking at China, we find that China has many time zones, but they are using +8. They've chosen to be time zone number 8. Then we come here, we've got the Greenwich line. I've already said what's happening with the Greenwich. That is the prime meridian line again. And then we know why is it called the Greenwich, because here in London, we've got the town that is called the Greenwich, and this imaginary line runs through it. the world time zones, looking at the UTC, as we calculate it, we see it here, it is running through our globe. This is London at 0 degrees. Then it is divided, these time zones are divided into 15 degrees each. We as South Africa, we are at 30 degrees Celsius. When you look at the hemispheres, we know we've got the west, the east, the north, and the south. But west and east are divided by the prime meridian. Then north and south are divided by the equator. The equator has some seasons. Here are the sketch that I did for you. This is the east, this is the north, this is the south, and this is the north. This is the west, rather. If you look at these lines here, as they run down the lines of longitude, these lines are said to you, they are at 15 degrees Celsius each. Equator and the seasons. The seasons, we've got winter, summer, autumn, spring. The equator here divides the North Pole and the South Pole. That line runs through here, divides the East and the West. Here, that's how they are showing us the sun, how the earth is rotating around the sun. World time zone, standard time. What is the standard time? The very same time that you are using at your own specific country. When we are here in South Africa, it means the time in New Zealand is not the same as ours. Remember, they see the day first before we see it. Then we come here, the 24-hour clock. Why the 24-hour clock? We are no more using the PMs and the AMs. We're not going to deal about that. Please go and practice that at home. If you've got some questions on that, but this is just the concept. We are just introducing the time zones. Next week, we are going to be calculating. 060-667-5044 is our WhatsApp number. Then the world time zone goes like this. Here at 24-hour, we are writing it like this. Then from here, it's going to be 001. 001. Seconds, minutes, hours, then we go. Introduction to the world time zone map. This is the map that we are using, but it has the 24-hour clock here. World time zones, remember, time zones map are not like geographical maps, but they only show the time and the time zones. For example, China runs over a lot of longitude lines, but they take their time from UTC +8. In South Africa, we are taking it at +2. You must keep that in mind. Then let's look at China. They are using +8, but it runs through all that. And you'll find that they are 3, but they chose to have +8. Watch for more time zones when we come. Our time is up. Please, let's be there to watch the calculations of time zones. Thank you. Thank you for watching this lesson. Please remember to sanitize, wear your mask always, maintain social distancing, and keep safe. See you next time. All the best.